Hey, welcome to the channel everybody, and I'm back cooking or baking in my rice cooker. So hey, if you want to see how to make brownies in a rice cooker, stick around. I'm going to show you how. Alright, you saw it in the intro. Brownies in a rice cooker. Why? Well, because I can. But, you know, there are other reasons as well. I don't want to heat up an oven. A big oven for a batch of brownies in the summer, when I can just mix it, throw it in the rice cooker, and it's done. Set it, forget it, and go do something else. That's why I do it. Plus, they come out super moist. So when you're thinking brownies, you're thinking that fudginess that you like with a good brownie, it's not going to fail in the rice cooker. So let's get on with what are the ingredients of this super cool recipe. So what I have is a cup of flour, 2/3 cup of Hershey's cocoa powder. I've got a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt. Those are my dried ingredients. Now for my wet, I've got 4 eggs right here, 4 large eggs. I've got a half a cup of butter, and I have 2 cups of sugar. I'm also going to add some of my wife's homemade vanilla extract. What I also have is a little added gazing to this. I've got some chocolate chip morsels that I'm going to add to the mix to make it a little bit more chocolatey and fudgy. So let's move on with this. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our butter and our sugar and our eggs together and our vanilla extract. So in goes the butter. This is room temperature butter. This is very important. Make sure you bring your butter to room temperature. It's a lot easier to cream that way. Kind of hard creaming hard butter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar to the butter. We'll cream this together, and we'll add our eggs. Now I could be using a mixer for this, but you know what, today I'm doing it all by hand. Alright, in go the eggs. And we'll probably get to the point here where I'm going to go ahead and use my whisk. Just kind of want to get this going. I might not use the whisk, who knows? I'm just creaming this. Okay, it's about there. Let's go ahead and add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And there we go. As we used to say in the Navy, close enough for government work. Well, at least in the galley. Did I tell you this was simple? Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and add our dry ingredients. Before I start folding this in, I do want to mention that I did sift my ingredients. You want to make sure that you sift your flour and you sift your cocoa powder so you don't have any little lumps in there. Whoop! Here we go, making a mess. Alright, just like on the box, you know, you're not going to overmix this. So I'm going to do about 50 turns or folds to incorporate my dry ingredients into the wet. Okay, so I stopped at around 40. I'm going to do the last 10 where I go ahead and fold in my chocolate chips here. That way I'm not overmixing. There you go. It's mixed. We've got brownie batter. All right, very simple. Next thing we do, open up our rice cooker, take out my little cup. I don't need that. I'm gonna go ahead and take the pan out, give it a spray. We don't want this sticking to the sides. Even though this is non-stick, there is a potential. Let's go and get the mix down in here. Remember doing this as a kid with your mom? Oh yeah. What were you doing it with her for? Because you wanted to lick the bowl after, right? No, that's the reason why I did it. So I went ahead and pulled out Mickey here so I could get a good clean wipe of this bowl. Make sure I get it all in there because the wooden spoon wasn't quite cutting it. So, all right, good enough. At this side, kind of spread out the mix a little bit in the pan, in the bottom of the pan. Even it out. Voila, that's it. In the rice cooker it goes. Shut the top. It's already set for cake. Go ahead and hit start. Get the nice little song. I guess I could cancel that song out, but kind of like it. All right, 65 minutes from now, I will have brownies. Now when you think of it, the time it takes to heat up the oven and all the other stuff, you're right about the same amount of time. Anyways, we'll come back, we'll give it a check. When it says it's done, make sure it is done, and we'll go on from there. So, hey, stay tuned, we'll be back. Well, it has been 65 minutes, and I opened this up to check on it, and it's still just a little bit too moist on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it another 10 minutes, come back, give it a check, see where we stand with it, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, time is up. We're gonna go ahead and pull it out. That's, all right, we're gonna let this cool. It's gonna take a while. So while it's cooling, go do something. I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, let's see if we can get this out of the pan. It's cooled down enough for me to grab onto it. So let's see if I can just slide that out, which we did. Onto a plate, flip it over. Look at that baby, huh? Look pretty good. You want some? Really? No. All right, we're gonna let it cool down just a little bit more. We'll come back, we'll give it a taste. If it tastes as good as it looks, I think we're there. What do you think? Anybody want to take bets? All right, be back in a second. Okay, it is cool enough, at least to cut. Still not fully cool, but enough to cut. So let's see how fudgy these brownies are. Just gonna take a little sliver out. My gosh. Look at that. Ha ha ha. And that is fudgy. Let me tell you, it's fudgy. All right, let's give it a taste. Our own. Gotta make it. You saw how easy. I keep saying it. I even told my wife last week, she made some of these. Make them from scratch. She did, they were good. And this, winner, well, it's not a brownie dinner, but it's a brownie. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, most importantly share, and right over here, go ahead and hit the logo. It makes it so much easier to subscribe. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.